and clear statement from the Mission District and from our allies across the city saying that we've absolutely had enough with the housing policies of this mayor and of the city.
Today, the Mission came out in massive numbers to tell the Board of Soups, to tell City Hall, to tell Mayor Ed Lee that they are sick and tired of the displacement crisis, of the eviction crisis, and of the housing crisis in this city. That a lot of people came to from other countries for refuge, for hope, that a lot of people were born in, grew up in, have found themselves in. And now they find themselves not being able to afford it here. They find themselves not being able to be welcome here simply because they can't afford the ridiculous amount of rent that it costs to live in this city. It should not be that you have to make $90,000, $100,000 a year just to afford a decent place to live in San Francisco. Even a studio in this city can cost you a few thousand a month. And that is completely unacceptable. The city, the Board of Soups, and the mayor has not done enough, rarely has done anything to stem this tide, to stop this crisis. So we had to come and tell them this is an emergency. So we came to demand Mayor Lee declare a state of emergency. We came to demand that they start a Mission Housing Committee. We came to demand that they put a moratorium on market rate development in the Mission, because market rate simply is unaffordable to the people that live in the Mission. And so we came here to tell them that enough is enough. They need to do something, and if they don't, we're going to keep coming back and disrupting their lives, because their policies and their lack of policies are disrupting us so much that we can't even stay in the city anymore.
I moved here in 1992. I'm a Bay Area native. I was in my place for 20 years and I was evicted, and I got to know what is rightfully within our right and what isn't. In some media outlets, it is being treated as an issue where they're interviewing and putting on equal footing the people being impacted by development and the people doing the impacting. And those are not equal voices. And so part of the missing dialogue is going to where the silence is and being able to talk to the people who, on one block, I interviewed 7 people, and 3 of them had been there, one for 29 years, one for 30 years, and one for 31. They had all received eviction notices within weeks of each other. This is a message and a response to City Hall. I'm the president of the board of directors for the first housing co-op for people with HIV and AIDS, and that'll be a place in the Mission called Marty's Place. With what happened with the banners earlier, was symbolic of how San Franciscans are being treated and their voices. You can rewrite rules to say no banners, but banners are protected under the First Amendment, and there's constitutional supremacy. The U.S. Constitution says it is above all others, so you cannot make new rules to diminish the power of the Constitution, yet we see it happening. What are you willing to do about it, San Francisco?
We demand that you fast track the rehabilitation of these fire damaged rental units. We demand that the city of San Francisco build 3,000 new affordable housing en el barrio de la Misión. Housing is a human right. Housing is a human right. Housing is a human right.
Don't worry about it. It was nice to meet you.
Housing is a human right. The Community Land Trust.
The Community Land Trust is trying to buy the building.
It's trying to buy the building to prevent our displacement.